iDiskiTimes, now available in stores around the country for only R3.50.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Arrows, Golden Arrows 2, Orlando Pirates 0 in the DStv premiership on a Tuesday evening. Lovely game, open game, end-to-end stuff. But of course, Pule Mmodi becomes the man of the match. I hope they selected him as man of the match because he wins the game for his team. Golden Arrows, but that's not an excuse. Golden Arrows came there at home and they played and they won all 3 points. So well done. On and on you go for this good season that you're having. Hopefully you can carry on until the end of the season. Maybe top 4 could be a good enough position for you as well. Tso Vilakazi, highest ever goal scorer in the history of Orlando Pirates. But he also one of the highest ever goal scorers in the history of the Soweto Derby. Once upon a time, he scores a goal. There was a stampede. He's our analyst, Tso Vilakazi, up at iDiskiTV. Likaya lakhe. So, yeah, man. Kunzima. You said it on the weekend, and you said lendo talena ilungisa ngapha kumoshakala enye into. And you even said you were distinct in your description ukuthi uwinile namhlanje kuDerby but uzobona bawuza kwenza njani njengoba besetha ngentoba why Orlando Pirates is not challenging for the league title. Namhlanje, how do you feel about this loss? Does it confirm your suspicions about the inconsistencies about Joseph Zimpawu?
Ngule ngicela ukubulisa wena buliso Junior Kanye Justice Drake na bafethu lapho ndlone supporta kakhulu sebeka nje wengakhona nje asichike futhi kuleko. I'm not surprised mina why ngekho surprised is because I said it to preview yami on Friday ngeDerby ngathi I'll call my technical team for iDerby because I know my technical team with line up ezoba njani and exactly kwaba kanjalo i-team ya win no stress and ngasho ngathi mina now you'll see kuba uyeke manje i-team kuleko angazi noma mhlawumbe ngizothi isifo yini I don't know lenda nayo coach lo Pirates uzima because into ayenzayo nje la kuphila kanjalo kusho ukuthi ngathi yabona the way ngibona ngakhona kahle kahle ukuthi kube kuya ngaye ngabe each and every game ngidlala a new lineup kahle kuleko you play the derby team win le 2-1 moshakale kuphi nje mase sibuza ku derby moshakale kuphi so what are you fixing ufake umayile makho azola fake uNontuzana uWotho 4 bashane left kuleko you know sometimes kunokuthiwa mhlambe asibafuna abo coach mawenze into right sizosho ukuthi wenza into right lona mina I'm not surprised usazophinda kuleka kaqedanga uzazophinda futhi next game same thing uzoshintsha futhi mina ngibuza ukuthi a player oyifakile kwiDerby umtapha instead ukuthi umqale in this game uLando azola yamqala uMango is there as a striker again this week you start futhi again force number 9 okugcina kakuwesa ukuthi you wanted imakarenge lapha.
Yeah, I just wanted to emphasize something as well because sometimes we talk and sometimes, unfortunately, this is a negative byproduct of digital media. People cannot help themselves but to participate in the conversation even when they don't watch the matches. So here's how Orlando Pirates were lining up, leading up to the derby and including the derby. They were playing a back 4. It had Nyawuza, Hlatshwayo and Jele in the mid, Nyawuza on the right. Central midfield, Hlatshwayo and Jele. And then it had Ubongani Sem on the left. That was a stable back 4. Now you play that five games consecutively before the derby, including the derby. Ubongani Sem becomes injured or gets injured. All you need to do is just to take Umako, Mfagepaya or Mayela, whatever your decision is, you put a left back there. However, that didn't happen today. What actually happens is that Kuko Umako, who plays as a left wing back, not as a left back. Now, they play him as a left wing back, and then they have 3 center backs. On the left side of the center back, they have Mayela, and then Uhepijele, and then on the right side of the center back, they have Unyawuza. And then, surprisingly and bizarrely, on the right side, side of a wing back, they have Dion Hoto, a left-footed player. Now, you completely change your back 4 to a back 3, which becomes 5 when you have to defend. Now, that's a completely different thing. And this is what happens. And this is what Tso Vilakazi and Junior Kanya are emphasizing. And this is what they've been talking about, that there's always this constant changes. And even you can go to the midfield as well. As Ola Chobeni is there, instead of Umotsuari and Munara, which is always a formidable and stable central midfield pairing, you have Undlovu, Azola, and you have Umunare as well. Plus, in front of them, you have Makarengo, who plays also as a false number 9. It's a completely different setup. It's a completely different lineup as well. And as a result of that, because these kind of things, these lineups, they have to have time to get used to each other, to get used to the system, which is a change from 3 days ago. You get results like this. But of course, Golden Arrows made their own luck. Let's talk about Arrows a little bit, because they got a good fortune on that first goal, because they created their own luck. They played to the whistle. They played their throw in, and Pule Mmodi good finish as well there. You know, controversial because there was still another ball inside, but I'm happy for them. I say you play to the whistle as well. How did you view that controversial moment? There was also another controversial moment where Orlando Pirates scores a goal, but it was returned back for a penalty. Why don't you just go with the goal, or is it the right decision? What did you make of those major moments in the game?
Coach Mmodi, well done, coach. You know, we play legacy Pirates and Valley Pirates yakufikelela la ifuna khona. Nguleko I will say like what Arrows they did. You know, you create your own luck. If uyazama lokuyayo shayipali awakathuli 1v1 lokushoota from far. So if you get that opportunity, you know, mind, instead of me having 1v1, I can get the pass and get a goal. Why not? So Lapayana, the chance was there. Out ball, a bit look at it from outside. Gamini, Waitate, play on. They created their own luck. They took the chance who doesn't. Yes, Urkatlele ball apart fielding, but it was an out ball. So initially it means let me take my chance. I throw in and then goal. Well done.
The ball is still inside. So I'm not saying anything about the situation. I'm happy for Arrows. I don't care what happened. But there's a technical thing about the officiating. There were 2 balls inside. One was the one played by Arrows inside, and the other one was the one that Uchele played inside. You know, so technically, was that the right decision to make?
No, that's not the right decision. You know, sometimes kuba ngathi we protecting our teams. Masizo complain about referee. Yabona. So you go njengafuna ukungena kuyo kakhulu because it's a logic thing from the referee ukuthi akufanelanga kube namabhola ayi-2 efielding. That's a logic thing. 2, from the player's perspective, there's a flag of fair play. I mean, you need to play a fair play game. So why did you have to I know you know you followed your instinct to you know, let me take a chance. Yeah, of which that's good. There's nothing wrong about that. But you know, there's that question a corner for Duguti. But yes, the ball is still inside. You wanted to take a chance. Why? Because you know very well now you can't do the 2 in the field of play.
You can make the argument so Guti. So look at this action. Someone kicks the ball in this direction. You take the ball here, and you play it in the other direction. You don't care what's happening here. You don't see what's happening here. You just took the ball that was available, you played it, and you scored the goal. And also even the Lepati fair play. That's subjective because even yourself, you've scored so many goals, and some of them, it was a quick free kick. You didn't wait for the opponent to go 10 yards, you know, and set up properly. Sometimes it was like, so very quick, Lumanyatela scored a goal. Yeah, well, something like that. So it's an instinct for those guys. Now, Orlando Pirates scored a goal, but it was returned back as a penalty as well. What did you see of that incident? And then, of course, Lorch kicking the penalty over the bar. What is your comment on that part?
The laws of the game sometimes are so confused sometimes because in that action, Lishayile Sandleni, the Makarengo scored. Mshayile is a penalty. Omunye ati Mshayile waqhubeka, it's a goal. ahamba uyibeka in a tin. Uyibekile what penalty. Very disappointed Lorch lapha in that penalty. Yes, there is sometimes where you need power behind the ball, but sometimes you just need to choose a spot. In that case, Lorch lapha, it's supposed to use his experience. His experience, I mean, compared to that goalkeeper Arrows, he's more experienced. Yeah. So lapana for him to go with that power, I mean, I was like, why? It was not necessary. And again, it's worse because he didn't hit the target. So now there's a lot of questions now. Good, where was your mind in that penalty? Because the worst scenario is at least make a goalkeeper in the safe. So good decision, I would say ganjalo na kulego whereby ball a boxing is a penalty. We can't give a ball advantage. So here's a penalty, they miss it, and now manjla pamekona nge 2-0, of which for me na kulego we will go to another game for the next week. We will come back with Tyson will be back. Marco will be back. Uchele mhlambe ngaba uyopumayo. Unyawuza, I think he might be still injured. Yabona ukuthi uchinja kanjani? Uzoyichange futhi that defense. Abuye midleleni, change futhi midleli. Bese ayaqala phambili, aqale uLorch, aqale uPule, aqale uMango. Watch the space.
What is your opinion about Uzenbauer? At what point does it become clear? Because I think Ku and Junior Kanye and myself and everyone else was observing this deeply. There is an opinion you go to, okay, let's see. He is what he is. I call special let's see. And if you're watching sober-minded and 100% of the game, like 100%, not distracted, not social media, blah, 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 just watch the game. I go good enough, let's watch. So what is the end game? How does this movie end? Now that we know that it's almost impossible for Uzenbauer to win the league title for iPirates. Iphela njani le movie?
Ngicabanga ukuthi mhlambe bafuna ukuthi aqede contract yakhe. Because other than that ibonakala kudala lento leyo. If people bazokhumbula kahle, MTN 8, it's a good example. Derby on Saturday, good example. And because I know what I'm talking about. And ngiyayibona into ukuthi lento le izowenzakala kanje. MTN 8 lineup didn't change. But the Chiefs. I said it in Derby. I will call my technical team. They will bring that lineup. And by Busa lineup, Yenzani Pirates win. Ngatin after Ngatimina, Job are winning a lab. He will come back with Zimba. Marabuya is going to change because he always does that. Unfortunately, I'm a partner, they just have to live with it. Ogoti Kuchabo Unje, he's keep on changing lineup. Pirates have good quality. That after it time, I'm putting pressure on Pirates players and Pirates taking for the league. They must challenge for the league. Yeah. They've got quality. They've got what it takes. Unfortunately, ilento lesino we wish as people. Ungenzakala sometimes ama wish akho enzakale, ama wish akho enzakale. Unfortunately, ngathi ngithela amanzi edadeni because that coach I doubt a good team he can see himself winning a league. And again, seeing a consistent team yakhe these boys, let me play these games because let me keep it like this so that when I make my changes because loan kula, logo suspension or whatever the case may be. But yes, I must have this core because when you keep on changing the team, these are the results of keep on changing the team.
Yeah, it's an unstable, inconsistent selection on the side of Orlando Pirates. Let's wrap it up then. So, how important is it that when you are playing against a big side, you show them that you are willing to play? Because this is what happened with the Golden Arrows. They were never scared. You could see Unsako Makubele, Divine Lunga, Thokoza Dube, all of these guys were willing to play. They were willing to engage. Pule Mmodi scored 2 goals. You know, Knox Mutuiza was always there and there, beating the offside trap. Kubaluleke kangakanani ukudlala nesigantsonto, i-giant, but be willing to engage. Roll up your sleeve, usonga amanqindi wakho uzixelele uba ndiyaya edabeni. How important is that mindset?
Ngulego, one, as a coach, when you look at my opponent, it's easy to talk to your players. Abona coaching Ncikazi uThema kayibone line up Pirates, and then it was easy for him to say to his boys, laba abethu laba, you can take them laba pound to pound we can match them, because of change a lineup. Ukube said that lineup layer Chiefs. I'm telling you, those boys, they were gonna be scared. I'm telling you, Nkulego. Those boys, they were gonna be scared because this team is the Chiefs. But now Temarabona lineup, and then Kuna nama players who are boys Mamelanda. Laban ba change lineup. Laban ba tukile ba Savanat. Joba change leganje. Began bafake ban. No, we can win this game. If Tina we can play according to our plan la. Laban laba, they're scared of us because we be banga sabi. Befane ngabe bezanga team layer. So nababona njokuti nabo they are not stable. So Tina, let's show them. And if we check lineup yake Ncikazi, consistent. Same lineup.
Yeah.
Same lineup.
Yeah.
So it tells you something. Ngulego ukuthi when he's consistent like that, yakubonisa ukuthi he knows what he's doing. And makenza ama changes. Ngulego even said during the game ngathi mina look at him, he's leading 1-0. He's making changes. He's leading 2-0. He's making changes. When uyabuya wena wenza ama change, unyawuza lemala. Unojuste pension. Ufaka umango. Uthukundlovu akezela ka right. Okay. Uyabuya wenza change wena. Ufaka ujusta lapha ka right. Uthatha umango, uthatha undlovu, umbuza Ngulego nje lapho nje that's where I've got a problem. Ukuthi mawuthatha okay, I-role kaNdlovu bekuyini from igame iqala. Was supposed to defend with the Monare, or was supposed to help in terms of attacking. Angazi mhlawumbe coach maybe kunento ayenzayo uNdlovu that thina we don't see. Maybe mhlawumbe ngendlela engibona ngayo mina. For mina uNdlovu yes ukorile ngedabi. Thank you very much. Kuna game where you can play ama player fana boNdlovu. Nobani futhi omunye mhlambi engambali ya uNdlovu ngoba la abanye we can play them noma yipi game Kulego uYosta noNdlovu, they are not going to help you with anything, and I can see the coach uthi abathanda yazi ngathi kunjani, if kudlule this week angadlalanga next week he must play no matter what. But now you're looking at the team ukuthi uyimosha kanjani i-team yakho, ufake umtambo ngedabi as a sub. Now in this game here today, still a pension. Then you take Azola. I would say Azola from the grandstand. This game. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know whether my license la watolwayo German or group. I don't know. If mangabe ngibeka in a pathway mangikhuluma ngeGerman because it's from German, so I don't know, maybe license akuthola German. But if ama license atholwayo kuma coaching, they make coaches to take ama decisions. So I don't understand what type of coaching is that, because you can't take a player from the grandstand. That's number one. Joe Somlana go grandstand wena sekayali ku first lineup. A person who played last week ungene sesab kudabi, not even last week, 2 days back. Obekadlala idabi wena uyamthatha umbeke benchini uyoqalisa lo ya. You know, you ngithi Nkuleko, ama coaches sometimes they make our players look ordinary. That's a quality player, but now you're not more seeing the quality player, you see an ordinary player. It's because of how coaches are treating players. So now in this case, Upen Mutuare, which why I tell pension, I don't know. Tyson Clayton pension. kuleko yabona izinto ezifana lezo zenza kwawena nawe iplayer ufile ukuthi doesn't but mina coach mina akangifuni coach I do everything right but still ngibeka ngaphandle for what good reason uMarco came in did well why do you wanna confuse the boy manje why you from confused ngale run le ayenzile where you take them on and bring the cross lapana and then goal now so you believe ukuthi you can do that each and every game no play ngahle lapana as left back remember kuleko that's why some coaches I don't understand how to baba coach ama full back swap baba coach kanjani baba coach ukuthi is it that your role that you need to come and defend and also attack or when you only complement the wingers phambili the attacking players by coming give them a support sure. So I don't understand ukuthi coaching ibanjani because mina I believe ukuthi right back and left back you only go there and help it's not your job to create chances. You go there and help, complement. If you have to make that run because of now the right winger uthathe irun ungene ngaphakathi. Yes, go there, help. Compliment ukuthi okay, you went inside, I'll take the width. If you've got a problem, then you can give it to me. That's how it should be. But now lapana ucoach Zimba wenza ngathi umsebenzi wabo. They need to go up and put crosses, go up. But if you go on like this, Nkolego, I'm telling you, you're gonna lose players as a coach. They're not gonna believe in you. And again, when you lose players and then they don't believe in you, remember that they also lose their self-confidence. So when you put them now in the field of play, you want them to perform, they're not going to give you anything.
All right, so there you go. That's Tso Vilakazi. That's his thoughts on the Arrows versus Orlando Pirates game. WSP.co.za, that's World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za and iDiskiTV as well as on Facebook. You can follow us there and watch our halftime videos as well, just for your pleasure to be connected with us a little bit longer than just YouTube videos. Yeah, thank you very much for watching our videos.